Hi, everyone. So I built a simple prototype and I'm excited to share with you guys and explain how it works. So it's a text analysis tool built in Google Sheets while using OpenAI's API. My main goal with this prototype is to show you how these ordinary day-to-day tools that we use can be combined with AI and become much more powerful than without it. So let me show you immediately how it looks like. So there are two elements that I'm going to demonstrate around this text analysis tool. One is detailed sentiment analysis, and the second is categorization of feedback. We've all been here, so it's a Google Sheet created to simulate the feedback survey that we sent after each training. And always we have this column D, so open-ended feedback that we receive. And this feedback is so potentially useful and powerful and quite often untapped. It has quite untapped potential, but we either don't have time, we don't know how, or it's just too much data, like 100, 200, 500 entries that we need potentially to go one by one and try to categorize them in different ways. So how this works, I will select this open-ended feedback comments, and I will click on detailed sentiment analysis. So API has been sent, and now we are waiting. We are waiting for a sentiment score, a sentiment itself, and a sentiment score explanation, like the narrative. Why did the AI categorize it as specific type of sentiment? And here it is. So sentiment score, you can build it in many ways. Here it is a number between 5 and -5. It's grouped. So, for example, you can see -4 and -5 would be real negative sentiment, and positive sentiment is 1, 2, and 3. 0 is neutral, and so on. But the most interesting thing here is the explanation of the sentiment. So this is a prototype. So I haven't done a lot of tweaking for this and the other example, but potential is really vast here. You can choose a specific word that you want for AI to pay specific attention to, and then let it analyze based on that word. Here it is giving a feedback why this specific sentiment, why it gave this specific score for this sentiment, because the person said that this training is fantastic. So this is the first use case. The second one is going to be how to categorize the type of feedback that we received. So for this one, it's quite interesting one for me, at least, because quite often you want to know these specific things that people are paying attention to, and in the open-ended feedback, that's what they're aiming for. So before even starting, it's really important to define the categories. So in this case, what I defined is these categories, like training-related category, trainer-related. There are some tech issues. They want more knowledge elements, and so on. So how it works, when I select, again, everything, and I click categorize feedback, again, API sent, and we need to wait a bit. It is going to create a string of these categories separated by commas that at least AI sees as present in the feedback. So we here, let's analyze the first one. We can see that the person said training is fantastic. So it's a training related. They want more knowledge elements. They're saying, but I need more details on prompting. It also said that the tool was buggy. So it's a tools related feedback. So this gives us a lot of possibilities for us to manipulate the data afterwards. So for example, since this is a Google Sheet, what I like using, I just use the split function, and we will going to separate it by the comma. Difficult to type like this. And now we have these categories. I can automate for it to be built in this way as well. But let us now see, for us want to see how many training related feedback do we have. So In this case, we have, for example, 12 training related feedback. So if I analyze this, I can tell to my stakeholders or to my manager or to whomever, hey, I have this quantitative data, but I also analyze the open-ended open-ended feedback, and from there I can give you even more granular view on what do we need to improve or what were the challenges that people faced. Exciting. So why is this important? So best part is that most companies that want to like enrich their products, they want to add this AI layer in their products, that everybody's now doing that, they need to use these APIs. So the whole point is the system is already set in place. And what is really important for us, non-tech people, is to understand the possibilities. It might be difficult to get everybody ChatGPT Pro license, but there is already a budget and everything that the company, the tech team, has contributed to these improvements and these tech stacks to improve the functionalities of the product. And with this type of videos and this type of use cases, you can come and say, hey, look, this is a use case. We would like to use AI in this way. We want to use it closed within Google Workspace or Microsoft or whatever you might be using. Can you help me out so that we can solve our problems and improve our work, making us faster and better? And that's it, what I prepared for the demo. But I want to leave you with a question and ask to take part in the discussion. So what tasks do you actually think can be automated in this way? We can do a lot of things. This is just one of the things that we can do. We can send automated emails. There are so many use cases, but I would like to hear, what do you think? That's all from me. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.